And we are recording. We're live. We're live. So this is the West Star project.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, but we're gonna fake it.
Okay.
Fake it till we make it.
Yeah, like this.
Sure, we can do this. So, so I guess, Reginald Milton, known you for 10 years, a little more than 10 years now.
Yeah.
And county commissioner, and now you're working for the mayor, and Shelby County Mayor, and as part of the West Star project, why don't you tell us a little bit about what, the highlights from your county commission career as a leader in Shelby County.
Well, I can say definitely one of the highlights was being on commission with you, my friend.
Thank you.
I run a nonprofit. I still do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking more of a back seat now because I'm working for the mayor. But over the years, I was born and raised in South Memphis. I saw the challenges of our community, and you have two choices in life. Either you can do something about it, or you can complain. I chose to do something. Started a nonprofit working mostly at first with those children who were incarcerated. Shelby Training Center, Tall Trees, Memphis Group Home.
Mm-hmm.
As those facilities were phased out, I started spending more time working with foster children.
Okay.
We now provide support service to about 140 foster children.
Right.
Yeah. So and it has grown. In that process of doing that, some cruel person put a bug in my ear and said, "Why don't you run for county commission?" And I actually listened to them.
Mm-hmm.
And even worse, someone actually voted and put me in office. But to be honest with you, it was a very enjoyable 8 years.
Yeah.
Actually be able to pass policies and know that you're affecting people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
So now,
Hold on one second. I'm just gonna make sure the camera's got the right angle and okay, good. Sorry.
that's right.
All right.
So I think you remember one of the things that we were focused on at the time was trying to see how we could address some of the challenges in the community as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
That was a personal passion of mine.
Right.
And I had worked on creating funding from the commission so we could direct dollars toward nonprofit organizations in our communities. And that was a bipartisan, agreed effort. I was very touched by that from all my colleagues, and we passed it. And it exists this very day. And as I was transitioning off the commission, one of my commissioners was so kind to say, "Well, this was something you created.
Right.
We've given millions of dollars away to support nonprofits throughout Shelby County. We want to name it after you." So now it's called the Milton Grant.
Right.
And I'm very humbled by that. And I think we've given over about $30 million back to the community.
Really?
Yes. And over the last 10 years.
Yeah. Well, I remember it started. Was it 25,000?
It started at 100.
100. Okay.
And it's now at 200,000 per commissioner.
Right.
So
okay.
you have 13 commissioners. So that's a nice little chunk of money. And then the city, seeing that we did that, they create their program. The school board, seeing that they create their program. So I kind of I'm kind of humbled by the fact that I know that those resources, and studies have shown that for every dollar you invest in nonprofits, on average you get about $7 back.
That's great.
So I feel that we have worked to better our city and county.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I remember voting for that.
Yeah, I do appreciate
I believe I voted for that.
I think you did. Yes.
I think I did. And it was a good thing to get started. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to see that it's still going. And
it is.
It's nice that they honored you and named it after you.
So after the commission, I received a phone call about 7 o'clock at night from the mayor. He was saying, "Commissioner, what are your plans?" And I thought I would really just throw all my time back into my nonprofit. And he talked about this program he has, this office which works with young people, the Office of Education and Youth Services. And he asked if I would be interested in heading that.
Yeah.
And I debated it for a while, but we have a lot of challenges in this county, and we need as many hands on deck as possible.
Yeah.
So I told the mayor I would do it. I would ride out his term, and once his term was over, I would probably just go back to my full-time work a nonprofit, or I would go on, to the beach.
To the beach.
Yeah.
There you go.
Whichever comes first.
Okay, great. So what kind of things are you doing now with the county and the youth? And I guess that really fits well with your nonprofit as well.
Absolutely. Though I do make sure there is a clear separation of the two. In fact, I kind of stepped back, and I now, because everyone needs to have a succession plan.
Right.
And this works perfect for me. One of my staff members, I promoted her. She's pretty much running the agency now, and I sit on the board and I assist. My goal eventually is to completely step off and let the agency run itself. But as far as the job is working for the county, basically this falls under those programs which we try to work with improving the lives of our young people. One would be like the mayor's summer work experience. Every summer we hire about 50, 60 young people, college age students, pay them a wage of $15 an hour, and disperse them among about 55 different agencies. The county has a lot of agencies. We have health department, law enforcement, our legal department, health departments, and so on. So we spread them out. And this allows them opportunity to network, gain some skills, put a few pennies in their pocket, and during the summer. So this program has been a huge success.
That's great.
Another is our summer camps. We provide about, this year will be about 1,200 young people with free summer camps.
Wow.
We fund about 15 to 20 nonprofits who run camps.
Okay.
And they give scholarships.
Yeah.
And the more scholarships you give, so that way these, all the studies have shown that when children step out of school during the summertime, they don't retain a lot of the information they've learned. And we've learned also it takes them a while to get back into mode when they go back to school. So by keeping them at a higher level where they're being stimulated, being active, we found that it works for the best. So that's what we do. That's one of the mayor's interests. We have other programs working with them. We do with Do the Right Thing. I don't know if you heard of this. We do essays. Young people write essays on violence, how it impacts their life, and how it can how their situation can be better. And we learn from that. And,
what do we do? What do you do with those essays?
Glad you asked.
Yeah.
This is a national program, and Do the Right Thing. And what happens is that we will pick from the schools. So this is middle schools. We will pick young people. Essays, and out of the hundreds of essays we receive, we will pick one young man and one young woman, and they will become the ambassadors for our county. And they go up to Washington, D.C., and they get to, their essay goes into a booklet which is kept in the House of Congress.
Wow.
In fact, one of our ambassadors was asked to read before Congress his essay on the impact of violence and what he felt we should do to change things. It is a wonderful program, and again, sometimes I'm fortunate is that I could continue to do the things I like doing. And I remember as a child, there was these two ladies. They started a little summer camp themselves in the neighborhood, and it was nothing huge. Kids would come in, we would do little plays, activities, and I remember they lost the funding, and they had to stop. And I always, even from a child, I always said, that was wrong, we should do something about it. I'm proud of the fact to know that I've done something about it.
That's great. That's great. So what's next for you, or where you're?
Well, like I said, I'm honored to work for Mayor Lee Harris. I think he's doing a great job, and I plan to work with him until his term is up. After that, well, we'll see where it takes me. Okay.
Well, I also want to just say, like, one of the things when we first met, and you were new to the commission, and I was still kind of new to the commission, I was impressed with I want to say the business model for your nonprofit, where you realized that a lot of your customers used coin-operated clothes washing. Am I saying that right?
Right.
And laundromat, and so you co-located your nonprofit and your services with the coin-operated laundromat, so that you have a place to do your services and people had a place to go and get your services, but also get their clothes washed.
That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Basically, what it was that we, as like I said, nonprofit, worked with a lot of families who are having challenges,
Yeah.
and we realized that there were a lot of social service agencies that wanted to do service in our community, but didn't have access to those clients.
Right.
They didn't know where to operate from, and we had clients who wanted to connect with these services, but for most, it's something to always remember. The poor do not have a lot of leisure time.
Mm-hmm.
So when you tell them to stop and go to an office for service, you're actually taking away some valuable time.
Right.
And there was a laundromat next door to us. We said, you know what? Got a great idea. Let's buy the laundromat.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that people would sit there for 30 minutes waiting their clothes to wash. They'll sit there waiting their clothes to dry for 30 minutes, and they had nothing to do.
Yeah.
We bring 22 different social service agencies through the month into our laundromat. So while they're sitting there, the agency will come up and ask, well, look, are you renters?
Right.
Are you having challenges or health issues? And these people will get services while they're waiting for the clothes to dry.
That's great.
It
Now,
works.
does anybody else, has it been copied anywhere, do you know?
We know of no other model like this.
Yeah. Sounds like an opportunity for the future.
Sounds like an opportunity for a future.
Maybe that's the next step.
We're working to open up another one. We're looking to open up one in Orange Mound.
Yeah,
Again, it's
okay.
been a huge success. And to note, 100% of the profit from the laundromat goes to working with our
yeah.
foster children.
Right.
So it works perfect.
And then you've got is it a warehouse now as well?
A 57,000 square foot warehouse. We partner with the health department, and we provide 8,000 seniors with commodities
Wow.
every month.
Wow.
Yes, it's huge.
That's
Huge.
a big operation.
It is a very big operation. We also have our Mother Center, which First City Bank donated their building to us, and what we do is we work with mothers,
Yeah.
providing them with technical assistance training, and for that they get supplies, about $50,000 worth of supplies we distribute to mothers. They come in and take classes to learn how to better take care of their children, how to learn new skills, job training, and with that they get a little chit. And they use that chit to purchase items at the store we
Oh,
have.
great.
So it helps them, and it also helps their children.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Wrap up comments?
Well, again, I think that one of the things that's most interesting that I found in this city, that's why I love Memphis, is that there are so many opportunities, so many things that have not been done. You go to some of the other bigger cities, it's a me too. But here in Memphis, there are a lot of great opportunities for people to try new things, new ideas,
Yeah.
and do great businesses like yours,
Yeah.
and have a real impact on the lives of people. So I tell people all the time, don't complain, do.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Well, thanks very much for your
Thank
time.
you, my friend. Nice to see you.
It's nice to have the talk.
Anytime.
And I'll put it up on the web, and we'll see. I don't even know if I need to do anything else.
Hey, chicken.